Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maiwawi. Today's tutorial is a short video on how to make this structured circle skirt or pleated skirt, whichever one you want to call it. So hit the subscribe button below your screen and let's move straight in. So guys, the first thing I'm going to do is to draw a border line on my pattern paper, and on each side of the paper I'm just going to draw a 1 inch border line from each side, and this is it done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to do some calculations to get my waist circumference, that is the circumference of my waist. So I'm going to do some calculations rather. So I'm just going to get my waist measurements, which is 28 inches, and then I'm going to subtract 2 from that, and that's going to give me 26 inches. Then I'm going to divide that by 6. So let me repeat that. So just get your waist measurements, subtract 2 from it, and then you divide by 6. Now you might want to ask me why I subtracted 2 from it. So the reason why I subtracted 2 from it is because, like, if you look at the circle skirt waist, that is the waist of a circle skirt, you would see that it's curved. So by the time you cut on your fabric rather, it might become looser. Like when you the waist measurement might not be the exact 28 inches that you've measured, that it might become like wider. So that's the reason why I subtracted 2 from it, because so that when I cut this on my fabric, since it's going to be like curved and it's going to be like wider, subtracting 2 from it is going to make it fit um to my waist. So it's going to make it fitted to my waist. So yeah, that's just the basic reason. That's what I do for my circle skirt, and it works for me. I never worry about, oh, when I finish cutting this, will it be fit, like will it stay fit to my waist. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, this borderline here will be known as my side seam allowance, and this part here will be known as my zip allowance. That is because I'm going to be using this same pattern to cut both my front and my back. So when I'm cutting the front, I'm just going to fold that zip allowance part. I'm going to fold it and then cut my front, and then when I'm cutting the back, I'll open up the zip allowance part and then I'll cut my back. So the front is going to be cut on fold and the back is going to be cut in two pieces. So I hope you understand what I just explained. Now the result of the calculation will be calculated or would be measured on my pattern now. So I got 4.3 inches after doing all my calculations. So I'm just going to place my tape measure. I'm going to place it at the point of origin right here, and then I'm going to measure round as you can see me doing. So 3.4 inches all the way, and then I'll connect all the points. So yeah, that's that. Now I'm just going to measure allowances. That's just a 1/2 inch allowance for the waist, and that will be my waist allowance. So now I'm going to measure how long I want my skirt to be, and then I'm going to measure the length all the way down. And if you look at the skirt design, you would see that there's a joining. So there's a black part, upper part, and then there's a cream colored part. So wherever you want that black part to get to, that is what you would be measuring on your pattern. So I hope you got the drift. That is the length you'll be measuring on your pattern. Now I'm just going to connect all my points, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, now all you have to do is to now draw in the design, that is the curved design or the zigzag design that we have on the design picture. Please don't mind how I drew mine. Please make sure yours is smoother and is more like well defined. And that's pretty much it. So now I'm just going to add my M allowance, that is 1 inch M allowance all the way round. So yeah, just going to cut this all out now. That is the outline of my pattern. I'm just going to cut that out. You can see me cutting out the zigzag shape or the curved shape of the hem of my skirt, and that's me cutting the waist also. So yeah, when you're cutting the front, you cut it on fold, and when you're cutting the back, you cut 2 pieces for the back. And these are my cut out fabric pieces now. This is my front piece cut on fold, as you can see, and this is my back piece. That is the 2 back pieces for my back. Now, to get the kind of structure we have in the design picture, you would have to iron on a strong, like very strong interfacing to the wrong side of your fabric. So you can either use maybe a collar stay or a peplum stay or whatever kind of like strong stay, strong interfacing stay. What I mean by stay is interfacing. So a strong interfacing or a stay, you iron it to the wrong side of your fabric to achieve that structure. So I'm just going to use a piece of paper to represent that stay and then pin it onto my fabric. So yeah, now for the cream colored part of the skirt, just measure around your hemline. Whatever you get, you multiply by 2 depending on how full you want it, or you multiply by 3 if you want it fuller. So it all depends on you. Right, so here's my own cream colored part. I multiplied by 2, and that's the width of my fabric. So the length can be however long you want it to. So you just measured like straight to your to your feet or to your ankle, whichever one. Now you can have multiple layers of this cream colored fabric, because if you look at the design picture, you would see that the cream colored part was made with tulle. So you can use like maybe 4 layers or maybe 5 layers of tulle for your own. So pretty much, or maybe even 2, and then you gather it all up just like I'm doing. You gather it all up and then you attach to the upper part. That is the one we cut earlier, the zigzag part we cut earlier. So yeah, I'm just going to sew my gather stitch right now. That's what I'm doing now. So after sewing the gather stitch, I'm just going to gather it up to the actual length of the curved part of the zigzag part of my circle skirt. So I've done that. Now all I'm doing now is just attaching the two together, right sides together. So I'm going to be following the shape of the curves. I'm going to be aligning the gathers to the shape of the curve. So I'm just going to do that all the way around, and then you do the same also for the back. You fix in your zipper, and that will really be all you have to do. And yeah, that's it. Excuse all the roughness, but yeah, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. It's just really a sample. So yeah, I'm just placing my back piece on this, and then you sew at the side seam rather. So pretty, remember to attach your cream colored tulle to the back. So I'm just not doing that for this one because it's just a sample really. So you gather, the gathers goes all the way round this skirt. And this, guys, is what it looks like on my miniature. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button below your screen, tap the like button, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming tutorials when I post them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.